Hey there guys, so today I wanted to make my Haiti video and I'm going to do things a little differently in this video. Instead of having the pictures and the video all smushed together and then just the words down below describing what we did and how we did it and stuff like that, I'm going to just tell you everything that we did with the pictures and the videos included, but it's going to be me talking. So when we were in Haiti, I did this in Mexico and the Haiti trip that I did last year too. I wrote in this journal, and I wrote what stuck out to me that day, and then just what we did that day, what my favorite part was, and all that kind of stuff. So I figured I'm just going to read out of this, and you guys can just hear me instead of having to read the thing. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with day one. Then I'll probably explain a little more than what's on my book, because it's different when I'm telling you rather than typing it out. So, day number one of the Haiti trip 2018, I wrote, so we woke up at 1:30 a.m. to get to our pastor's house. We had to be at his house by 2:30 a.m. We left from his house to the airport and got everything done. And I will admit that I had no idea why I was leaving my comforts. And I will admit that I had no idea why I was leaving everything here when I was going to Haiti. I didn't know why I was waking up at 1:30 to go to Haiti. I didn't know why I was leaving the air conditioning in our house. I didn't know why I was leaving my family again. I didn't know why I was leaving the normal warm showers. I didn't know why I was leaving just the country that I love. So I was just really kind of struggling with that on the way there. Once we got everything done, we headed to the plane. We got on the plane and we headed to our first destination, which was still in the States. So we got to that airport and we actually didn't have to take our luggage off the plane because they moved it themselves, because it was just everyone from that plane was going to go to Cap Haitian. So we didn't have to get our luggage. They took care of that. So we waited and waited and waited. I think we got there around 8 because our flight was at 6:30. So yeah, it took us about an hour and a half to get to the first destination. So we hung out for a little bit and waited for our next flight, which was at 10, I think. I don't know if I can remember it exactly. I didn't write it down here. I'm just trying to remember. It was around 10, so I was able to call my family and FaceTime them while we were waiting, so that was good. And then we headed back onto the plane to head to Cap Haitian. So when we arrived to Cap Haitian, we went through customs and we had sent stuff, our church had sent stuff beforehand, or actually maybe at the same time, I don't know, but we had a bunch of stuff on a cargo plane, I believe. We had a bunch of stuff on a cargo plane that we were going to bring to Haiti, and then we ourselves brought our own luggage, and then we brought some more stuff, but we just kind of stuffed it with our stuff. So the majority of the stuff that we had for the people were on the cargo plane. So all of our stuff was already there when we went, and the people in customs were giving us a tough time about bringing, I think it was like a generator part in, so they charged us $300. So we had to pay $300 to get through. So once we did that, we were able to go through. We did have to hang out by the airport for a good amount of time before we were able to go through, but we did. We made it through. And then we headed to the mission house. The drive there is always so shocking to me. Just in America, we have such, I don't even know how to word it, proper and not crazy roads. Because when we got right out of the airport, we went through the village, and in the village there were cars going in every which way, motorcycles weaving in between cars, there were people just walking everywhere, and it was just chaos. And I'm not used to that. None of us are used to that, because in America there's not just random people walking in front of cars. There's not motorcycles, well, maybe sometimes motorcycles just like getting in front of people and weaving and just honking horns. You don't hear that all the time. In Haiti, it's like constant. I wrote that I was longing to see Alexandria, which I later found out her name is Alexandria. You guys might probably don't know her, but last year I met a little girl from the town. She came to the compound, and I got to know her a little bit, and I got to make friends with her. So part of the reason why I wanted to go back to Haiti was just to see her, because I missed her. And so I was really longing to see her. Unfortunately, I did not see her the first day. We'll get into the good stuff in the next video because I'm just focusing on day one, but we didn't see her. We had a delicious dinner that night. I forgot how good their beans and rice was. So it was amazing. And then after that, we hung out on the porch as a church group. We then decided that we were gonna, so we went ahead and we did that, and we took turns. We had a little pamphlet that had 4 things to talk about. The first thing was bad news number 1, bad news number 2, good news number 1, good news number 2. Bad news was that we were all sinners, and because we were sinners, we earned death. And then the good news was that Jesus died for us, and because of that, there's a way to heaven. So we shared that, and we took turns. One of us would get each section. So we shared that with this mom and children, and the mom didn't want to hear it at first, and the children were listening, but the mom was just, she didn't want to hear it. Our interpreter was really good at keeping her with us, because she kept walking away, and so he was part of our church group, so the interpreter was able to make sure that she heard the good news even though she didn't want to hear it. And ultimately, she came to know Christ. So that was amazing to witness. Just somebody who didn't want to hear it at all in the first place, just give their life to Christ. So that was awesome. We came back and we took showers, and then we had our church group time, and we talked about what we were looking forward to seeing that week, and then we went to bed. And that night, the first night, I was extremely homesick because still, like I said, I had no idea why I was in Haiti and why I was leaving America, and it was just, I was having a hard time with it the first night, just the first night. And then I wrote that I had some things to share that I had already seen God do in Haiti. And the first thing was, when I was packing my money, you want to bring like a good amount of money so that you can buy stuff when you're in Haiti, that you can give stuff when you're in Haiti to like the church and the orphanage and stuff. And then on the way home, you want to have enough money to get dinner. So I brought $50, but for some reason, I felt like I needed to bring an extra $10, just because. So I went ahead and I took an extra $10 and put it in my wallet. And I was like, this is just in case I don't have enough money throughout the week to get something I really want, or I'll make sure that I have $10 extra than what I would have before. So right as we arrived to Haiti and we went through customs, they charged us $10 to stamp our something or other. I don't know. I can't remember what it was. They would look at our passport, they'd look at us, and then they would stamp something. But they charged us $10 for that, and I was like, whoa, that's why I brought $10, because if I hadn't brought an extra $10, I probably would not have had enough money to get dinner, at least on the way home, or get what I got at the orphanage. So that was really neat, because it was like right as we got there, he was already showing what he could do. And the second thing was that my ear charger unexpectedly broke on me when we got there. When we got there, I believe the generator was on. In Haiti, if you guys don't know, which you probably don't, there was a generator, and throughout the day there is no generator on, but at night it turns on at like 8 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then turns off at like 1 or 2, so you only have like a few hours of power. So when we got there, the generator was on when we arrived, which was unusual because it was daytime still, but I plugged my charger in, and it wasn't working. And I looked closely at the wires and stuff, and apparently some of the wires were sticking out and they were touching each other, and it was not good. My ear charger was broken. And I thought for sure that I was going to have to spend the whole week with one ear on, because I had 4 batteries, 2 for each day, and then I had one battery that had like batteries that you could actually, like disposable batteries in it, so that you could change them. So I thought I was gonna have to wear one ear each day to last through the week. But one of our team members was able to take a Band-Aid and tie a Band-Aid around the wires, and it worked. So that was amazing to see, because I was not really wanting to spend the whole week deaf, like in one ear. I wanted to hear out of both ears. So that was really awesome to see God work, and right as we got there, within the first 2 hours of being in Haiti, I watched God do two things, and it was just really amazing. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'm hoping to make more videos like this. I'll have to see how hard this is to edit, because I think it's going to be a lot harder than the ones before, but I like talking and telling you what happened more so than typing it out. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.